Right on, right on. How y'all doing this evening? Gotta love this old rock and roll music. Good old rock and roll. How you doing? I'm Gary D. Welcome to Gary D TV and video podcast. And we have a new implement in our showing of Gary D TV, and that is our new show, Coach's Corner. Now, I opened up with the old music. That's because I want to see the old Denver Broncos back. That's what I want to see. We need to have some sort of winning season with our Denver Broncos. That being said, we'll get to that. We have a new sponsor. Oh, before I go into that, I want to say thank you for all my subscribers, and thank you for the new people listening and watching to this. I really appreciate it. You guys have stood by my side. And, from just being a comedy show and us growing bigger, I couldn't ask for more from our fans out there. And I want you to keep on watching because I think you're going to get a lot out of it this year. That being said, we have a new sponsor. Our new sponsor is Peak Automotive. Now, Peak Automotive is at 9220 East 120th Avenue, Suite B, North Glen, Colorado, 80233. The phone number is 303-268-0268. And Ron Elliott is the owner and general manager of this automotive store. Cheyenne is the assistant manager. And the reason why I'm talking about them, and I'm so happy to advertise for them, is because, there's three things you need in life. And I'm going to tell you, there's four really. The love of a loving wife. But you need a doctor, you need a lawyer, and you need a good mechanic. And if you have those three things, you could probably get by in life really well. Well, you will solve your mechanic problems by taking it to Peak Automotive. They're not just a company that's out there to just fix your car or anything like that. They're there to maintain what you need as a person who needs customer service and needs honesty when you go to fix your vehicle. That's what they do there. Now, they can do everything from detailing to accessories for any car or truck, no matter the size. They have a wonderful amount of different things that they could add on to your truck or your car. But the most special thing I think about them is that they actually will fix your vehicle without lying to you, without cheating with you, and at a fair price. You know how you go to mechanics and you're not a mechanical person, they can tell you your car needs a new Johnson rod or a new Tucker nut or something like that. And you're like, what the hell is that? Not at Peak Automotive. At Peak Automotive, you'll get good prices and fair prices, let me take that, and good work. And they will not cheat you at this place. So, if you need your car or truck fixed, the grand opening will be later on this month. I will be advertising for that for them. And I know the people personally. They're good people. Take your car to Peak Automotive if you want good work and a fair price. Okay, let's move on. The first thing I want to talk to you about today is what happened in the NFL Monday night, the Chiefs versus the Raiders. One of the most horrible calls I have seen in the NFL this year happened on that. The Chiefs won, of course, 30-29, but this didn't help them at all. Let's take a look at it.
Stone Cold Jones thought he had a strip sack fumble. Instead, it was called roughing the passer for putting all his body weight on Derek Carr. Jones, after the game, addressing that penalty.
Hey, listen, this is a Christian-like league, man. I'm going to pray that I stay off the quarterback, okay? I'm going to have to pick him up and carry him, lay him down nowadays, man, But, the ref, I get it. It happened so fast, it kind of looked like that initially, but when you actually look at through the video and slow it down, you see how kind of braced. And the ref might have seen just a big 300-pound land on him, and I get it. I'm not saying the ref is wrong, but I'm just saying that those situations can affect the game tremendously.
I think Carl's a good ref. I think they did their best, and whether we agree with certain wrestling passers, Tom's this week or mine tonight. I don't know if it matters whether we agree or not. There's certain rules. They thought he landed on me. It's part of the rule. Chris made a great play.
Yeah, listen, I'm into the league. I'm on a couple committees there, and I understand protecting the quarterback. That's important. It is important. There's a fine line, right? I mean, we've just got to sort that out. But these guys, they work their butt off to do a good job for us out here. The league spends time doing it and looking at it, and so. But sometimes there's a point where you gotta let guys play,
and that's right. Let the guys play. Now, I'm not against the concussion or roughing rule. I'm not against that. In fact, Tua Tagovailoa went into the Buffalo Bills game, got hurt in the middle of the game. He was shaking it off. They knew he had a concussion, but they sent him back in. He won the game, but the very next week, he played and had to be carted off the field. There's no way that should be going on in the NFL. But on the other hand, on this play, here's what happened if you guys didn't know. The defensive end rushed in. He hit Derek Carr. Carr went down, and as he's going down, he fumbled the ball. So he picked up the ball as he was taking down the quarterback, put his hand on the ground, and actually started up to get to run the ball. The refs called on this play roughing the passer. And I ask you, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to pick up the quarterback and the ball at the same time? Lay the quarterback down softly as you're running the ball down? No, that's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen. We are protecting the quarterbacks way too much in the NFL. And I get it. You want to keep the seats filled and you want to keep your main stars out there. That's what you want to do. But when the game comes down to the refs deciding the game by certain calls that they should just let them play, that's going to be hectic with the NFL. In fact, let's get this straight. Troy Aikman, who had his career ended by concussions, said, what are we going to do? Put dresses on the quarterbacks now? You know what I call on that? I call penalty. They need to start reviewing the NFL needs to start reviewing the roughing the passer protocol. All right, they need to put it on instant review because there's just no way that call should have happened, and it could have affected the game. Thank God it didn't, but I'm not for either team. They're both in the AFC West, and I bleed the orange and blue, but I want things to be equal. That's what I want. I want refs to try not to call the game to make sure that a team is going to win because they deserve the right to win. That's just how I think it should go. I'm sure you guys may have some different ideas. I'd love to hear what you say about it. Next, I want to talk about Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder has been charged with sexual assault while owning the team of the Washington football team. Now, this is going on for 3 years. The NFL wants Dan Snyder to sell the team. Dan Snyder says he's not selling the team. And not only that, he says that he has dirt on 6 owners of the NFL, including Jerry Jones, and on Roger Goodell. Now, the only thing I can think about the dirt that he has on them would be the concussion protocol. That's what I think. Now, does sexual assault go on throughout the league? I'm sure it does. But the most dirt anyone could have on owners like that you could put out would probably be in the concussion protocol. The NFL knew concussions hurt players. Why do you think they paid them so much money? Why do you think they wanted to keep it under the rug? I mean, that's the truth. That's what they did. They tried it, and they had to pay out for it. Well, all I can say is I hope that this goes right with the league, and I don't think Dan Snyder deserves a right to keep the owning of the team because of the things that went on, but that's just my opinion, and maybe I'd like to hear some of your feedback on that. Let's get to the main story that we have this week, and that's the Denver Broncos. I've got to tell you guys something, man. I am just so frustrated with our Denver Bronco team. And I think anybody that bleeds the orange and blue also should be frustrated. Think about this. We brought in a head coach that has never had any head coaching responsibilities. Sure, he's been an offensive coordinator, and he was offensive coordinator with Buffalo when they sucked. He was an offensive coordinator with Jacksonville when they sucked. He was an offensive coordinator with Green Bay. And who cannot be an offensive coordinator with Green Bay when you have Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback, who basically calls the game himself? I don't know what it is with the Denver Broncos, but we are patient fans. But we haven't had to be this patient in the whole career of the Denver Broncos as soon as they joined the NFL. We've never had to be this patient. We've always had a good team here in Denver. And you know what? We expect it. The fans show up. We expect to have a good team. We don't expect to get going the way we've been going. We're 2-3. We're going into week 6. We have 3 AFC teams that we've got to play, then a bye week, and then we have the Titans. I'm thinking to myself, we're shit out of luck, if you want to get to it. And I'm trying not to curse. I'm trying to hold myself back. But really, we have a rookie head coach, and then we have a quarterback that we paid a guaranteed $250 million. Guaranteed. He gets that money, whether or not he plays good or not. We should have at least let him play one game. You put those two things together, a quarterback that we think is not trying, and a rookie coach who has to get another coach to help him maintain the clock management, and I'm telling you guys, we're shit out of luck. Those of you who thought we were going to have a winning season this year, you need to take that and throw that right down the toilet. That's right, just throw it down the toilet. I hate saying it because I believe in the orange and blue. I bleed the orange and blue. But like I said, Russell Wilson with the Seattle Seahawks, you knew the Seattle Seahawks had a chance to win the game because you knew Russell Wilson would make plays. Where is that playmaking ability now? Where is it after he gets his $250 million guaranteed money? And the coach basically has no idea what he's doing. He should leave that up to his offensive and defensive coordinator how to run the game, and he at least be able to manage the clock and the game. But he can't do that. He wants to be the offensive coordinator himself. He's a rookie. You need help. They even brought in a game day coach to help them run practices. That's how befuddled our team is. Now you put them both together, and we are not going to have a winning season. Basically, and I hate saying it, we suck right now. We have 3 games coming up. We have the Chargers, we have the Jets, and we have the Jaguars. And let's not fool ourselves. Those 3 games, being 2-3, if we get one of those wins, we'd be lucky. But those of you who think that the Denver Broncos are going 10-7 or 9-8, you're sadly mistaken. We may not have a 500 season this year. We may be below 500. I think we'll be below 500, but that doesn't mean I don't love my team. That means we need to put more work. And you can't have a coach that doesn't know how to coach trying to put in that new work. Nathaniel Hackett is in the NFL for one reason only. One word: nepotism. That's what it is. People that don't know what nepotism means, I'll tell you what it means. It means you have somebody, his dad, that has been in the NFL for years, that he gets credit for that so he can come into the NFL and coach. This has happened before. Look at John Gruden's little brother, who was coach of a little league team before he became the offensive line coach of his team. There is no resume to prove that he deserved that job. But everyone knows coaches it's a recidivism rate through coaches going back and forth through the league to different teams because they have older people that have been, their relatives that have been in the NFL, so why not go with that family? It baffles me. It just baffles me, the state of nepotism that the NFL has in it, and thinking that it's going to be okay. we're just going to use that kind of model to pick the rest of the coaches. Sure, we get new coaches in the NFL. We absolutely do, but not at the rate we should. And let's not even go with African American coaches. I mean, they're trying, but we need a little bit more work on that. However, let's go with the Broncos. So we have Javonte Williams out, Melvin Gordon, who can't hold on to the ball to save his mama's life, can't do it. We have Latavius Murray that we just brought over from the Saints. And let me tell you something. I think Melvin Gordon was on his way out because not only did we get Latavius Murray, but the Broncos were looking for their fifth-string running back from the New Orleans Saints. Before Javonte Williams got knocked out. So I'm going to put that on our coaching staff not doing the things that they needed to do in the beginning of the year. It's great that we got new owners. We have Walmart money. They can spend money, but spend the money in the right places. That's all I'm saying. Spend the money in the right places so we can put a team on the field that we can respect. If you think that the Broncos are going to beat the Chargers on Monday night, sadly mistaken. I got to tell you, it's not happening. That's my pick right there. Not only that, they play Jets the week after that. The Jets are beating up on people. Better coaching staff. I don't know about a better quarterback, but I know that their players stack up well against the Broncos. So we can't guarantee a win there. And then we have the Jaguars, another team we can't guarantee a win against. So what do we are? Do we end up 0-3? Do we end up 1-2? I guarantee we're not ending up 2-1 unless some change is happening. Let's ride. Russell Wilson, let's get on the horse first. Let's put your foot in the stirrups before you ride. I'm tired of the advertisement, of the peddling the crap out of, well, we got a good quarterback, we got a great team, and the let's ride bullshit comment. We ain't riding anywhere but into a losing season if you don't get your head out of your ass and do something for this team. There you said it. I'm sorry, but I have to curse because I can't hold it back and I don't know the other words to say. I'm pissed off because our team is acting like a bunch of losers and there's nothing being done by the coaching staff to portray us to get any better. Let's do something out there. Let's bring in the players we need before the season starts, not during the season. And let's not pay a quarterback $250 million guaranteed before we let him see 1 year. 1 year. Let me see 1 year playing before you give it to him. Because some players, they act right, and some players, they don't. And remember DeMarcus Russell for the Raiders. All right, they gave him his $100 million. He came in at 315 pounds. Sometimes when you get paid, you don't get laid. That's just the way it is. Now, on a lighter side, all right, we're going to go to the betting aspect of the NFL and go through week 6. Now, I'm not a specialist in week 6, but what I want to tell you is that I did pick the Commanders over the Bears. We also have this week the Ravens and the Giants. I'm going to tell you right now, I think the Ravens will beat the Giants, maybe 21-17. Giants will put up a good game, but Lamar Jackson should go off in this game. The defense is not that good for the Giants, but we'll see what happens. But my pick is the Ravens. Then we have the Jaguars and the Colts. My pick in this one is the Jaguars. Maybe 24-14. Then we have the Patriots and Browns. Bet the New England Patriots. Bet the Patriots. They're getting better. The Bengals and the Saints. I'm going with the Saints in this game. I don't know if the Bengals they're just a mediocre team right now. I know they went to the Super Bowl last year, but they're just not being the team that they should be. Hint, Denver Broncos. Buccaneers, Steelers, you got to take the Buccaneers. 49ers, Falcons, you got to take the 49ers. Jets, Packers, toss-up. I don't know. Packers are not the team they once were. They lost to the Giants in London. But if I had to pick it, I would take Aaron Rodgers to take the game. But the Jets are surprising people. Then we have the Vikings, Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa out, or we still think so. But I would still take the Vikings in that. The Rams against the Panthers, you take the Rams. Cardinals, Seahawks, take the Cardinals. Bills, Chiefs, the game of the year, not the week. The Bills are hot. The Chiefs are hot. A lot of people are taking the Bills. I'm going to say take the Chiefs. That's what I'm going to say. I say take the Chiefs in that game. I think the Chiefs beat the Bills in that game. That's just me. Nevertheless, we have Cowboys-Eagles. That's going to be a great game. I know one of my friends, Tony, thinks the Cowboys walk on water. But in this game, and the Eagles are undefeated, but in this game, I'm going to take the Cowboys. Straight, no points, take the Cowboys. Broncos, Chargers, unless Russell Wilson turns out to be the quarterback that we once saw him with the Seattle Seahawks, I believe the Chargers win that game. Now, I hope I'm proven wrong in that game, but I don't think so. I just don't think so. That being said, let's get to the good news I have. I'm doing my first comedy show. And I used to do comedy skits for Gary D TV, but I'm separating a bit with Coach's Corner. Not doing so much comedy unless I'm talking about it. Hence Russell Wilson and the Let's Ride thing. But yeah, my first show is on the 29th, Saturday of October. It'll be videoed. And I hope to God you guys all tune in to see it. I think it's supposed to be pretty funny. 45 minutes of comedy, a good crowd. So hey, wish me luck, and please have the comments keep coming in. I appreciate it. And once again, try your luck at Peak Automotive. They'll be there for you. They will go through your car with precision, and you will not get robbed in this place. They will do the work for you at a fair price. Well, that's it. That's our first edition of Coach's Corner. I'm proud to be back. Thank you. Have a lovely day. I'm Gary D. Peace.